Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am bringing you one of my very favorite recipes for dinner. And this is my lentil soup that has a lot more than just lentils in it. So let's go through all of the ingredients. So before we do that, let me just share with you what I love about this recipe. Number one, it's high in protein. So we're getting that protein from the ground turkey, from the beefless ground beef, from the lentils themselves. So it's going to have about 24 grams of protein, which is excellent. The other thing I really like about this recipe is that, as you can see here, we're just combining a lot of ingredients. So it's something that comes together really quickly, and that you can kind of use some shortcuts to get done, which is always really helpful. And then number three, it tastes really good. At least I really enjoy the taste of it, and I definitely add some seasonings to this as well. I'll show you that as we're doing it. But yeah, that's what I love about this. It's high protein, comes together really easily, really fast, and makes use of all of these existing awesome pre-made ingredients. So what are those ingredients? First, we have these steamed lentils from Trader Joe's. And as you can see here, each serving has 120 calories and 10 grams of protein. And the ingredients on this are super clean as well. It's just lentils, salt, and some essential oils. So we're going to use this whole pack of lentils. We're also going to use this pack of beefless ground beef. So we're actually using a combination of turkey and this beefless ground beef, and trust me, it works really well. Each serving of this is 60 calories and 9 grams of protein. And what I found is kind of when you combine it with the lentils, it just adds some really nice texture and heartiness to the soup. And then we will also be actually adding some actual meat. And if you're a vegetarian, you could maybe add 2 packs of the ground turkey or just make a little bit less. If you are a carnivore, I have also used ground beef in this, but ground turkey is what we had for this week. So we'll be using the all-natural ground turkey, and I find the combination of the beefless ground beef, the lentils, the turkey, or the beef, it just works really well and allows you to get kind of different protein sources rather than just using all lentils or all beef. So I like that combo. And then for the base of the soup, I use this organic tomato and roasted red pepper soup. I use the low sodium version. And I also use a can of this organic lentil vegetable soup. And what I like about this is it just kind of adds a little bit more heartiness. It also has 21 grams of protein for the whole container. You can see the macros here. So really, I'm taking a lot of shortcuts of really nice, clean ingredients from Trader Joe's and otherwise, and making the base of the soup. And then I also add some fresh vegetables. So here I just have some baby carrots. We'll be chopping this up. So this is 250 grams of baby carrots. And then I have a small potato and a half. So this is 250 grams of potatoes as well. So super easy to remember, just 250 each of the fresh vegetables. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with cutting up the veggies and getting those into the pan. So we are going to start chopping the vegetables, and how we do this is with our handy dandy food chopper. So you just put the carrots inside of the food chopper, as many as you can fit, and there you go. Great, so now we've chopped up all the carrots. Okay, and now I have kind of warmed the potato slightly so it won't be as hard. I just put it in the microwave for about 45 seconds, and then I chopped it up so we won't stress out the food chopper too much, and we'll just go ahead and chop up all the potatoes as well. Awesome, all of our vegetables are now chopped. Okay, so now we're just going to take the contents from the handy dandy chopper and get them going in the pot and cook them down until they start to get nice and tender. And then to the turkey, we're just going to add some of my favorite seasonings. So we have this onion salt from Trader Joe's, which is delicious with just about everything. I season generously. I encourage you to do the same. We'll also be adding some of this California garlic powder from Trader Joe's. And the reason I said California is because it's important to know the origin of your garlic and how it's grown. So we like to get this local garlic. Put a ton in there. I like garlic. And then we have some of the onion salt in there, so I'll just do a little bit more salt and a couple twists of these rainbow peppers. And then I'll just get in there with my handy dandy Harry Potter spatula and start to break it up a bit. Okay, over on our vegetables, they're starting to get underway, so we'll just add some salt and pepper in here as well. And we'll be using a different Harry Potter spatula here to not contaminate the previously used Harry Potter spatula. So what I like to do now to make things a little bit easier for when we're combining them into the soup is take out the contents of both of these boxes and put them into just a large bowl. And that way we can start to kind of mix them up so they'll spread evenly throughout the soup. I found that if you try and do that in the soup, it just creates kind of a big mess and it doesn't disperse really well. So I'll open up both of these packages and then just mix everything together. See, here you can see what I mean. This is all vacuum sealed really tightly into here. So it's great. I mean, it saves space and you get a lot of stuff, but we need to break it up. So you can see what a brick it is, and the lentils are just the same. In fact, the lentils are probably worse. These guys are really crammed in there. And then dump them in, and then we just mash them all together. So one of the tricks we use to mash this all up is actually to use one of these meat mashing devices. Again, this is all vegetarian stuff in here, but it works really well to break it up. So that's looking pretty good, and you can see why this step is so important because this is pretty much grown to the entire size of the bowl. And you would just have huge chunks of either the meatless ground beef or the lentils if you skip this step. And while we have this, we probably should have started with using this for the actual meat too, but might as well continue to break up our ground turkey with the meat masher as well, which is coming along nicely. I might add just a little bit more seasoning to it. And then over here, we can see that our vegetables are cooking as well. So once these start to tenderize, then I'll go ahead and I'll add in kind of the soup, the meat, and also all of our beefless ground beef crumble, just kind of all together, and then let it simmer, add some more seasonings, and that's pretty much it. All right, so this is kind of a fun part. Right now we're gonna add all the different ingredients to the pot and just let it simmer. So we'll start over here. This is the ground turkey, and then also this is the 3 extra ounces of grilled chicken that I am adding to this to just up the protein. Next up, we're going to add the whole tin of this organic lentil vegetable soup. Now we're going to add this whole container of this organic roasted red pepper soup. This is when it really starts to become soup a little bit. So I've demolished this, but what I'm going to do too is I usually add a little bit of water up in here to then put the lid on and shake it around, and that way I can make sure I get every last drop of the soup out. So just added some water to that, and that is a much easier way than trying to scrape out every ounce on your own. Okay, you might be thinking that already looks like a huge pot of soup, and you would be right, but we still have to add all of this to that. Okay, so we've got everything in, and now we just need to stir it all up together. Clearly, I've made this recipe a few times because I know exactly how much will fit. And as we talk about in MyFitnessPal, this is intended to make about 10 servings. Okay, so I have everything mixed up. I'll probably continue to mix it and make sure it's all incorporated. I'm going to add a couple more spices to this. So this is some of the Trader Joe's smoked paprika, and I feel like it just adds a nice smoky flavor to it. What's nice about this soup is because we're using so many kind of existing bases, it still has a nice flavor. So anything I add is just going to enhance it, and feel free to add what you like. And then I'm also going to add some of these parsley flakes. And that might sound a little weird, but trust me, it works. Okay, so I'm just going to give this another stir. I'm going to let it simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes. I might add a little bit more water if it seems too thick. And then I will show you the finished product. Okay, the soup has been simmering for about 20 minutes. I let it cool, and this is what it looks like. And then this is where you can see the ending macros. The calories are 273, total fat is 5.5, carbs are 32.6, and protein I got there, it is 24 grams of protein. I think it looks pretty freaking delicious and it definitely tastes like that as well. And we will be enjoying this all week. And as I mentioned, each serving has 24 grams of protein. It's got some really great ingredients and also has some shortcuts in it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please feel free to give it a like and subscribe to my channel and let me know if you like these recipe videos and I can make some more for you. All right, that's it. Thank you.